Yeah, good morning. So if you see something, say something. Police are doing everything they can to catch all these people who are shoplifting and to catch car prowlers, but they also need your help. So if you see something suspicious, they really just want you to call. So just last month, two women thought they were being pretty sneaky as they were putting items from a store into their purses. Then the same women are spotted at the North Face store tucking items underneath their clothes and just walking out of the store. A member of Bellevue's downtown unit was able to spot the two women who came all the way from Oregon before they left town.
It's one of those things where we try to make sure we deploy our resources more efficiently to try to deal with that. And that's part of the reason why we deploy this downtown unit is that it increases our response time for highly trained people to scenes.
Retail theft is just one focus of the downtown unit. They are also working to increase community safety, reduce the fear of crime, and enhance the quality of life for people living in Seattle. Police also say they really can't stress this enough. Don't leave valuables in your car. Don't leave them where you can see them, or take them inside with you, because car prowlers are going to be looking through people's cars while you're inside shopping. Also, when you're in the store, keep your purse close to you. Don't keep it in a cart unattended. And when you come out with all your shopping bags, don't put them in your trunk and then go back in the store or go back in the mall, because car prowlers, even though you might not see them, may be watching you. Live here in Bellevue, Kiara Alfallen, King 5 News.